Bubba Stewart had getting around him. Timmy Ferry made one move and went by.
Well, you know, it's like, where did he come from? Well, remember that pileup? He was in it, and he has been riding really strong ever since, starting to slice his way through the pack. I don't think he's going to catch his teammate Chad right here, who won't catch his teammate Villeman either, but still a pretty decent showing for Yamaha despite that opening lap.
Well, for Chad Reed to get up off the ground and all the way up to third, he had to get his work done in a hurry, and now he's reaping the rewards of that, where he's sitting in third spot, a podium position, and he can hang on to it without a whole lot of effort right now. And as you said earlier, start to plan for Moto 2 and maybe an improvement.
Well, I have no question that in my mind that Chad will be he'll be tenacious enough to get after Ricky during the series, but he might get too late of a start. That's what Ricky does. He puts the pressure on you early.
Keith Voss making a move here on the number 55, Joe Aloff, who continues to lose positions. This is for inside the top 10, and it is also within the last lap of the race. Final lap here at Hangtown.
Really, how tired these guys are. You can see Voss is he's a bulldozer. You know, he's so strong. Of course, he's going to make that pass. Joe he's doing pretty good, but he looks like he's starting to, just doesn't have enough energy to fight off a guy like Voss right now. And speaking of energy, this kid's got an endless supply.
Ricky Carmichael, by comparison, everyone else looks like they're struggling, and Carmichael looks like he's on a Sunday stroll in the park on his way to another victory in outdoor motocross and to begin perhaps another perfect season. Well, that question will remain unanswered for a while, but who's the man here today in Moto number 1? Ricky Carmichael is the absolute positive answer to that question. He was lucky enough, good enough to be out in front, lucky enough not to get involved in the spill, and now he is the winner of Moto number 1 here at Hangtown.
And that's got to feel good for him. And maybe even a little bit of a surprise, because with all the talent coming in, a brand new bike, new team, you never know for sure.
And here's David Vuillemin doing a little bit of goon riding to finish second. We'll be back. This big crowd here at Hangtown is ready to hear from the winner, Ricky Carmichael. So are we.
It looked like your position was pretty well set by the third turn. Just kind of feels like old times, doesn't it?
It does. I tell you, it's great to be back outdoor, and especially to get a win. I was on a dry spell there towards the end of the Supercross season, and I felt really good. And yeah, like you said, I got out front quick, and that was key today.
And then this was your first win on the new 450. So how did it feel riding that?
It was awesome. You know, the track is really, really rough, so it's really hard to use it to my advantage. But I felt good, and the next moto is going to be survival. It's hot out there.
Our Honda Moto results, Ricky Carmichael, David Vuillemin, and Chad Reed will fill the podium with Preston and Juice rounding out the top 10. Let's hear from our runner-up.
You seem to love Hangtown. This is your second overall last year here. Now you're back up here on the podium after the first moto. What's it going to take to kick it up for the next round?
You know, the track is it's very tricky and kind of one line, so the start is really important. And I got a good start. You know, I'm really happy with my Yamaha. It's working great, and you know.
So I have to ask you, what was with the little goon riding over the finish line?
It's kind of my signature, you know. And every time I'm happy, I do it. So I was happy to get second, so I did it on the last jump.
Well, a nice ride and a bit of fun by David Vuillemin, and a great ride by Ricky Carmichael, but nobody does more to protect your right to ride than the American Motorcyclist Association. Every racer on the track is an AMA member. How about you? Call 1-800-AMA-JOIN or visit AMADirectLink.com. The AMA, rights, riding, and racing. And now our Suzuki riding tip, Team Suzuki.
Hi, I'm Rick Johnson, riding coach for Team Makita Suzuki, and this is your Suzuki Riding Tip of the Week. Here at Hangtown, the Dirt Diggers were given a challenge to make the lap times longer. What do? Added a lot more turns. Here we're watching Davey Millsaps, number 188, and Ricky Carmichael, number 4, manipulate one of the many S sections in this track. S sections are just plain old school. You got to be smooth on the entry, roll fast to the middle, and accelerate smooth but very hard. If you mess up the first one in the sequence, the rest is problem after problem. So smoother is always faster when it comes to S turns, and that's your Suzuki Riding Tip of the Week.
In Moto number 2, we'll see if anyone besides Ricky Carmichael can make more than 3 turns without a mistake. Stay with us.